Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to my review of A Land Before Time 13, The Wisdom of Friends. This movie came out in 2007 and it has a new voice for Littlefoot. Well, two. Because two brothers did the voice. They're not twins or something like that, which they sometimes do in movies. No, they're just brothers. Whatever. Either way, the new voices aren't too bad, but do sound very young. Like he sounds like Littlefoot, but just a bit too young. We also have Cooper Gooding Jr. doing a voice for a new character, but I'll get there. The narration's same as usual, but it's over and done with so quickly it's not a bother, more like, why even? But it does mention dinosaurs of the Great Valley had to learn some wisdoms to survive, as you see Littlefoot be the biggest idiot, and see some leaves? I don't know if there was something specific there, or just more food, but like, just yell to Grandma or Grandpa to grab some from high up. They always say they're like the best ones. But he decides to go across a fallen log over a cliff to go get the food. That's what I mean by idiot. I love how they keep making Littlefoot dumber and dumber just to fit the narrative. As well, he is like, hey Grandma, look at me. Like, wow, look at what I'm doing. It's so cool. What the hell, Littlefoot?
Hey Grandma! Look at me!
You're not this dumb. Again, making him dumber and dumber. But he is like, but there's plenty of tree stars over here, which I can get myself. Okay, now I get it, but still like, kid, you're not that dumb. You know what's dangerous and what not to do, especially around your grandparents. And I like Grandma's reaction, it's just like, kid, what the hell? Which then she almost freaking dies. An earthquake happens, making Grandma come over and rescue Littlefoot and almost dies in the process. Damn it, kid. So then during the night, Littlefoot has nightmares about her falling to her death. He ends up waking up from his nightmare, and Grandma reassures him that she's okay, and then talks about the wisdoms. Not just wisdoms, the wisdoms. That being stuff like staying by a person's side to stay safe in case of danger. But then like that they don't always call them wisdoms. That's why I haven't heard them use this word before in such a way. Next, the others are playing private with her. Littlefoot comes along. Why they're playing without him, I don't know. That seems to happen quite a lot, I notice. Usually is Littlefoot wandering into them playing. So you see Sarah forward to him with her, and he freaks out and tries to rescue her, but she just stands up and he's confused, and it's just like, wait, it is just a game? Apparently they're playing jump and get swept away. Sounds like a great game for the kiddies. Littlefoot is then like, I think pretending to be in trouble is against the wisdoms. Oh, Littlefoot. Also talking about the wisdoms like that, it's just weird. But so Ducky asks, what are wisdom? And he says they help you to stay safe, like stay in a group, for example. Which we will hear a hell of a lot in this movie. And Petrie is like, oh, you mean the say-sos. Mom tells me those things because she says so. And then we get a song about parents saying, because I say so. Littlefoot in the song says wisdoms are important, while Sarah says they're not fun. I see. That kind of movie message, huh? So yeah, they kind of mock him and wonder if wisdoms are that important, as simply, hey kids, listen to your parents, they know what's best. Not always. So, like, I get the message, I truly do, but it's kind of simplified to listen to your parents, they know best, while you know nothing. Anyway, song sucks. So like, right after, kind of during the song, Sarah flies off into the tall grass. We get kind of annoying laughter from the others. And then she comes out of the grass scared and saying there's something in there. Did you guys just really introduce a new character the exact, and I mean pretty much the exact same way you introduced Guido in the previous movie? Yeah, they did. We see three new dinosaurs, yellow bio dinosaurs they're called, and named Doofer, Luther, and Phoebe, which Luther is voiced by Cooper Gooding Jr., which you would think might be okay. He is a good actor, I like him and things. But dear God no, these characters are the worst of the series so far.
The place where we're headed for has berries too, and it's a valley just like this one. I wish I could remember what it's called. It's got a real catchy name.
Is it Doofa? Oh, no, that's my name.
They're so damn annoying, loud, and stupid. They're just really dumb and eccentric characters. Doofer even almost dies eating flowers.
Uh-oh, hang on! I got you! I got you!
Well then, like, Phoebe doesn't talk like Spike, but Luther though, ooh, Cooper, dude, you talk way too much, and a loud voice most of the movie. Doofo, well, just runs up to, like, a scared Sarah and hugs her because she thinks she's cute, which is, like, her whole thing. She's basically a hippie, but louder. They're heading to Berry Valley, where the rest of the herd is heading, apparently, but they have no idea on pretty much everything and just laugh it off when they have no clue where they're going. They're that kind of dumb. So they leave and Littlefoot has a bad dream of them being real idiots on a log over a cliff and they freaking out and jump to their death. I don't think it's supposed to be that, but they did just that. So of course he wakes up the others to try to find them, but also says, I'm sure if they knew some of wisdoms, they would be able to stay safe. Boy, they're really hammering in that message, aren't they? They really want to get messages of, hey, listen to your parents, we are wise and have wisdoms for you. Don't walk on a log over a cliff and jump to your death, that is not following the wisdoms. Littlefoot's gotta go teach them the wisdoms then. I like they came from the mysterious beyond, but act like they didn't, and that the mysterious beyond is just like in this one area, not all around the valley. Somehow they managed to catch up just before they left the Great Valley, of course, even though they had a whole day worth of walking. My note here, I got written down, just says Luther is just loud. Well, then, yeah, Doofo thinks everything is beautiful. So yeah, they meet up, Littlefoot talks about wisdoms, then they almost die at one point, Luther falls off a walk they're on, and they think like he fell to his death, but it's okay, because he's on the other side. I'm confused by that, like, you knew he was there, why? I don't know, it's a confusing scene, it really is. But now he remembers where the meat is heard by a pile of walks that look like them. How many dinosaur-shaped walk formations are in this world? But yeah, they see it in the distance and head off, so before they leave, Littlefoot decides to give them some wisdoms. Keep your eyes and ears open, which they're confused by because they're dumb after all. Sarah wants to go home, so they agree. Littlefoot reluctantly does so, but says to the three to stay in a group. Again, really hammering that in. So I've heard that like 5 times now, and only 20 minutes into this movie. You guys are only getting the short version of this movie in the end. But then they see the three splitting up, going into different directions, and decide to help them out after all. Also just notice the sky is green here. I feel like we're on planet Namek or something. Like, if we see blue trees, then they're dead for sure. I understand artistic interpretation and such are giving it that kind of look, but it doesn't work when it's never looked like that before. Mysterious Beyond doesn't look like that. Just, yeah, let's add some green to make it look evil and like Scar. That always works. It doesn't here. I do like as they're traveling, we see Furry bring out some berries from nowhere and starts eating and gives some to Spike. I figured those two would get along. Okay, at least here, Littlefoot explains wisdom as Luther asks and says that they're just thoughts to help you through life and to keep you safe. Okay, that's a good explanation and simple to know. Luther understands now and says a couple to Littlefoot he doesn't quite understand, which later you do understand a bit, as it's basically wisdoms from his herd and such. Anyway, though, he thinks it doesn't really matter because he thinks they're completely alone and screams it out and we see a few sharp teeth like dinos hear him. I have no idea what these dinos are, and I can't find any info as to what they are. They're slightly different, so I guess that's cool, it's not more T-Rexes. We get the next wisdom as Furry explain they're thirsty, but didn't bother drinking at the watering hole they passed not long ago. So the next wisdom is, plan ahead. Fair enough. So, okay, let me just say this. The wisdoms being told are good and everything. It's just smacking you in the face with them though, making sure the audience knows exactly what it's trying to say. It's not subtle about these messages, it's just bam, here it is. So like the movies always have messages in them, at least in all the sequels, and that's fine. But man, this is nothing but messages straight told to you. It's like the audience is the dumb characters. The others go to find water for the three as they seem too thirsty to move. Then as they left, Doofo and Luther think they see a large and show it to Furby, who then screams as he sees it's a shark teeth. Yeah, he may not talk, but he's definitely the smartest of the group. So eventually he manages to get them to move, they run down the same way the others went. Now something I want to point out here as well is, a running thing they keep doing is trying to bury their heads into the ground when they're scared. But here's the problem. They didn't originally do that in a way they showed what they were doing. So I don't think little kids watching it will understand why they keep smashing their faces into the ground. I myself understand it's to hide, but kids don't understand that. So how do they get out of it? Well, jumping their fat bellied bodies up and down to make the cliff surrounding them break away and drop all the rocks down upon them. Littlefoot and the others also helped by knocking a few rocks down towards them. I like how they were smart enough to figure that out though. But also, one scene, they're suddenly, buried under huge piles of rock, and just, up in it and everything. It was a bit weird. Considering I got all the rocks dropping down upon them, so they would be, flat against the ground, but all of a sudden they're just, up in it. It's just a bit weird. And then later, Littlefoot pushes one walk on top of the leader of a group, and I should mention that has like an old scar that goes right around his muzzle, like he was bitten by a T-Rex or something. He keeps getting a walk smacking on top of him. Surely he has massive brain damage by now. And then Littlefoot pushes one more walk on him, but when we see the dino, it's hundreds of walks falling on him. Sure, makes sense. 1 equals 100 in the next shot. Sure. So they make it to the walk formation and find water, but also some strange plants in the ground. Doofa greets them and Sarah is just like, what? But then as Peachy lands on one, surprise, surprise, that's the herd with their butt sticking out. Basically, that's them hiding because their tush looks like a bush, as Luther explains. That's one of his whistles from his herd, and yeah, even Littlefoot is like, oh, that's why you keep smacking your heads into the ground. Okay, so they do explain it now, but should have been explained earlier, I think. Like, they didn't have to do the whole bush thing, just why they're smacking their heads into the ground. So Littlefoot decides they should wait the night before going back home, and we see Grandma going up to Tria asking where the kids are. Yeah, like, we are getting a lot of Grandma and Tria as well in this movie. In fact, Grandpa has no speaking lines at all in this movie. Yeah, that's a first. So during the night, they play around and then sing a song, and this is weird. It's all about just dancing. Just get up and dance. But like, Peachy and Ducky are like, no, we don't want to join in, we don't dance. There's 11 other movies of you dancing and singing, not including the original. Okay, sure, you don't really dance exactly, but, like, to outright say, no, we don't do that, it's just so stupid. Singing is fine, but dancing? Nah, that's gay. And some of the dialogue here is a bit weird or just off, like there's a random pause.
Littlefoot, thanks. Thank you for helping us find our friends.
Sure.
Also, 1 minute they want Sarah to dance, then one is like, oh, that was quite the horn you got there. It gets everyone to come over to see her, it's just a bit weird. So, the song itself was not too bad. I mean, it is, but it's not the worst. They get everyone to squeak, and Ducky's squeak was adorable, I will say that. So while everyone now sleeps, Littlefoot wakes up Sarah to tell her he is going to help them to their location, because there isn't any wise ones around, and they need to understand the wisdom they will keep you safe. Stop hammering this in, movie. What was one of these wisdoms? Stay in a group? Well, now they're in a pretty large group with all their friends and family, but oh no, this still isn't okay. He thinks he is all-knowing and wise because he was told like 2 or 3 wisdoms, aka, don't be an idiot and stay in a group. Sure, now time to go. Like, sure, he mentions they already got attacked. Yeah, when they were with you. Not to mention, they saved themselves. So, I think they're good. My next note says everything is still green in the next shot. Yeah, it is. Like, yeah, they're still keeping it green. Littlefoot is now basically the leader of his herd, but can't get their attention, so Sarah screams, making them drop their heads into the sand, which then Furry sticks his head in the sand and just screams to get them to bring their heads back up. It was kind of funny, I do admit, mostly just because of the image of just, like, sticky head in the ground just screaming to get people's attentions. So anyway, what new wisdom does Littlefoot have to say to them? Stay in a group! Wow, did not expect that one at all. Nope. We also saw briefly before and now, the Sharptooth and Woken are following behind him. So everyone's all moving along in a little group, but some move away because they're dumb. You get it? They're dumb? Yeah, we get it, movie. And the others have to herd in like sheep. We then see the families of the group tracking the footprints in the mysterious beyond. Also, Topsy does speak here, just saying, like, I don't like the looks of it. But hey, he does speak. Also, gotta love movies where the footprints will markedly show you exactly where they're going, even if it's been a good couple days. They're still there, looking really fresh. Though we then find out Littlefoot doesn't even know where he's going. So we keep walking along anyway though, and they find some water. Littlefoot questions how he managed to, and Luther is all like, because sometimes you just feel it. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow and feel. But Littlefoot says, how can you when you don't have the wisdom to follow? Which he says, you're speaking like a long neck again. Yeah, take that, Littlefoot. So the background's turned into just green hills with still the green sky, mind you. And it's just ugly. The film is ugly. Well, then the yellow bellies think they found a berry valley, running into it, but Littlefoot just sees it's just a couple berry bushes, not where the herd is actually headed. And within a very short time, they eat it all, and then sleep right after. Which I can go into a food coma like that. Littlefoot feels all confused, because he's thinking like a yellow belly. It's like, why though? You never had once acting like them, or anything like that. I don't get it. But it's okay, because we get a song, of course, singing how do you know who to listen to? How do you hold on to the walls you know when you see through someone else's? This is really, really dumb, because staying in a group and such is smart, and these guys tend to wander off. So are you now saying screw for wisdom? It's fine to do so, because these guys are out there having fun and surviving? In short, it came down to listen to yourself, listen to what's in your heart. Sure, yeah, I get that, but the message is now confusing because these wisdoms are there for a reason in the end. Yes, they're hammered into this movie, and it gets really annoying. But I understand what these messages are, because yes, I do agree with them. Stay in a group. Yes, that is good. You know, keep your eyes and ears open. Very smart, yes. But now it's kind of just like, oh, I feel like I'm, like, being a bit more of a yellow belly now. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So a sudden storm happens, waking the yellow berries and run around like headless chickens, and the Luthor asks what do they do now? Luthor says they should go to higher ground. Oh yeah, worse yellow belly, so they're on the mountains where the lightning can strike them. Yeah, that's smart. I get you now. You know, that's a good way to get rid of them. Yeah, smart move. I don't get why. Like, I'm sure, I think I've heard that before, get to higher ground. During these kind of, when storms happen and such, I think, but... he wants to go up a mountain, you know, so I'm just like, yeah, he wants to watch them. And then so Littlefoot does start freaking out. What if up there? Like, what if I'm wrong? What if the sky water comes down and washes us away? Exactly. I don't have the wisdom for this, so Sarah is like, don't worry so much. Just do what they do. Just feel it. The messages in this movie was how it is so much. I have used that word a lot in this review. I'm sorry about that. But that's what it is. But like now they're just like, again, hey kids, you know that stuff we told you to remember? All those wisdoms to keep you safe? Well, chuck them out of the window and just do whatever these dumb dinosaurs do. They come to a stop with 2 ways to go. Littlefoot decides to go one way. They all follow besides one, Doofer. Everyone else follows, but she decides to be dumb and goes the wrong way. Also, amazingly, there's some rock formation acting as cover under the rain. Wow, that was lucky. And then as everyone crowds around, we get a fart joke. And Petrie sums it up perfectly. That's not funny. You went too low, Land for a time. Fart jokes are the ultimate kids movie gags. You went too low. I love a good fart joke, but no. The rain eventually stops, they come out of hiding, Sarah notices Doofer is missing, but they can hear her, so everyone, and I do mean everyone, goes looking for her. But Doofer is being a big doofus, and is just walking in circles singing on a cliff edge. That's just too dumb movie, even for them. So she almost dies, but is fine, and randomly Sarah's like, way to feel it, too little for, what? Way to feel not dying? Way to feel when to tell someone to jump when they're about to die if they don't jump? The dialogue is so forcibly bad. But now the Sharp Teeth appear, so they'll kind of split off down the 2 directions. Sarah saves Doofer thanks to a lesson from her dad using a horn, and Petrie says another wisdom that is heard quite often in this movie, and that's to keep your eyes and ears open. Like, yes, for sure. But I don't feel like it's necessary to say it here, because I'm sure that everyone's doing it anyway. How do they get rid of them? By screaming at them at first, which, yeah, I'll back up too. And then Littlefoot remembers something I was said. Stop thinking about tomorrow and dads. A good message there, I need to remember honestly. But yeah, so they're about jumping down constantly until the ground breaks in front of them and sending the dinosaurs down to their deaths. And Littlefoot is like, hey, they're still in a group. Morbid. Nah, I'm sure they're fine. But still. So now it's like, what do they do now? Well, Phoebe ends up sniffing out the Bailey Valley, which was near them all along. And yeah, turns out Phoebe is the wise one of the group. Yeah, I definitely see that. Though it does kind of end quite suddenly after that, so they make like their way home, and one of the folks who don't even like seem mad, not even Topsy, who like says Sarah off screen really quietly, and that's about it. I get it, he isn't the Topsy we know, and I do love that character change. You know, he actually had character development, holy crap. But I still mean, like, come on. Oh, and we don't see, like, her little sister anywhere in this, even though Topsy and Tree are with them. Whatever, I guess, I don't know what happened there. Whatever. Grandpa, yeah, doesn't speak the entire movie. Not even here, it's all Grandma, and she says, you forgot the most important wisdom. Stay in the Great Valley. And Ducky is like, yeah, we had trouble with that one. Yeah, you sure do. Yeah, wisdoms mean jack. So yes, that is the movie. And this movie wasn't necessarily boring, but it was loud, annoying, and keeps on pushing messages in your face and then backtracks on them in the end, kinda. It ends up being a bit of a mess on the messages that, like, at first seemed quite clear. I do like Grandma getting much more attention, but you can't just remove Grandpa altogether then. Just change the dynamic of Grandma talking more than Grandpa. Simple as that. It was just a bit odd. When we have seen how closely bonded Littlefoot and Grandpa is, but then to suddenly change up the role, and then just not make Grandpa talk at all, is a bit odd. The new characters were just loud and way too dumb to be enjoyable. They're only good for the kids, that's all they were thinking. Make them loud and the kids will enjoy their antics. The backgrounds were just shit with that yucky green clouds. I totally understand artistic style, but it did not work. I hate to say this to a Land Before Time movie, as I do love the series and the characters, but this movie is a pretty solid 1 out of 10 foxes. This is such an annoying movie. The new characters make this movie almost unbearable to watch, and also constantly hitting you with messes just to backtrack on them, and then kinda not. It's just a mess. This was not enjoyable. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this review though. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to our channel because I'll love you if you do. Hit that bell icon and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. Almost done. I am almost done. What's that? There's a TV show before the next movie? Ah, I love how they keep making Littlefoot dumber and dumber. They really want to get the message of, hey, listen to your parents. They are wise and they know wisdoms for you. Don't walk on a log over a cliff and blah 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 blah. I can't fucking see what the rest of the thing says. We get the next wisdom as the So a sudden storm happens, waking the Yellow Bellies, and they run around like headless chickens. And then Luther asks, well, I guess Yellow Belly, because Yellow Belly is a chicken.